Nigga
That's
get
kind
you,
of how it
nigga
look.
make you, nigga help you go gold. It's on you at that point. I would
Look,
think.
murder, you help me go gold. I ain't asked you for none since.
Yeah, man. Nigga say water, this is horse, pause. Horse, this is water, you know? They gotta take it from there, right, Mo?
They got to tell you, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's a lot of what you call it. I even think about that sometimes. Like, Mo, is there anybody from Ohio State that you feel like you help like that?
Yeah, I help a ton of people. I help a ton of people now, but my success and what I do for myself and what they do with the opportunities I give to them is solely on them. And then that's all I do. But I explained it from the beginning. As I got older, I just say, hey, I give you an opportunity. If you fuck it up, that's on you. But I don't want to be responsible for another man. I'm past those days.
And Killer, what would you say? Let's give you the same question.
It is for everybody. Good question.
Ask the question one more time. Ask the question one more time. So I was so intrigued on his
Yeah.
whole world answer.
No, you're good. That was good. These are good follow-ups. We need this. We need these answers. Okay, so the way I formulated it, I said, do you judge artists in the music industry by talent they discover and put on, or do you think that their legacy should stand on their own work alone?
Yeah, do you want to be responsible for what niggas is doing today? That's I don't really Killer. I don't really want to go down this road, but if you want to go, I'm in third gear.
I think that you answered the question correctly. Is that what you try to do for other people, you try to do for them. If they can't complete it, if follow through, that's on them. But that shouldn't be a part of your legacy. I think the Michael Jordan analogy was perfect. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I can't be the best owner in the world, but don't forget I'm the best player in the world. Mm-hmm. You got some boxers too, or former boxers, who aren't that good at boxing or wasn't that great at boxing. I won't say good, but they turned out to be world-class trainers. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that you answered it correctly. I was just more interested in the Harlem World perspective of it. But I think everything you said, look, I took you to the water. I taught you how to fish. Go fish, nigga. Look, I can't make you drink the water, nigga. You telling me you're thirsty. I showed you where it's at. That's on you. A lot of times with me, when I had artists, that's why I don't deal with artists like that anymore, is that to me, it's like a lot of them, when they go broke, they start blaming you. When you get them the money, everything is all fine and dandy, and Killer this, Killer did this, that, third. But they squander it. And then they don't have the money, and then niggas start talking about, yo, nigga robbed me. No, I didn't rob you. You bought 3 cars and you moved the exit six on the New Jersey Turnpike. I didn't tell you to go move by Great Adventures, Six Flags, and all that in a 9-story townhouse. You know, when you get your first bit of money as a new artist, it's a lot of things that you want to do to make up for what you're not having growing up in that environment. And when you get that first initial money, you think that this is the way it's going to be forever because you like, I'm hot. I'm going to keep working, so on and so forth. But music changes, and you have to be able to reinvent yourself with music. And sometimes people don't really realize that. Like, you got to think about this, right? Like, let's just think just using 90s real quick as eras. You had a Tribe Called Quest and them niggas with Native Tongues. It was like a backpack crew for the younger audience that don't know. And then you had Dr. Dre reinvent himself with Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Then you say, you know what? The East Coast niggas start coming around when you got somebody like Puff and Mase and Biggie and saying, look, man, we gonna do some fly shit, man. Fuck that. Then what happens 2-3 years later, you get a rough ass nigga like DMX who changes the climate again. You gotta learn how to stay relevant through all these temperatures. And I don't think everybody knows how to weather those storms. So that can't be your fault because you got them the money initially That doesn't mean that you have to keep getting that money. I tell niggas all the time, nigga, I got you the money. I'm not your accountant though. That was on you to maintain your money. And now if you don't got no more, I can't. It's not my fault that I didn't make you. Don't say I didn't make you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. You squander it and you didn't keep hustling. You thought this was the way life is supposed to be. And they're just not good managing money. And that's where the blame comes in to me with a lot of artists. This is why all my artists now are AI.
let me add on to that.
Wait,
This is just me, myself.
How many AI artists you got?
32. I don't deal with no emotions or nothing. I ain't got to deal with nobody. You know, yo, let me tell you something. Murder, no. Soon as you start fucking with niggas, you know they surviving on their own and everything. Soon as you start fucking with them, yo, I ain't paid my rent in 3 months. I'm fucked up, killer. Yo, I gotta pay for this funeral. Nigga ain't even died yet. Yo,
yeah, you ain't gonna believe this. My aunt is sick. She need a kidney. How much is a kidney? 72,000. Yo.
Yeah, all that start happening soon as you start getting artists, and I understand it, but you know, yeah, it's better. It's a lot of emotion that come with dealing with people. And to me, that's kind of, you know, just real quick, I think that's kind of where, when I got to Rockefeller, I kind of think that's what played a part into that breaking up murder. Because you got to think about this. You got Brooklyn niggas, and then you got Harlem niggas, and then you got Philly niggas. And it's like 7, 8 people per state. It's a lot of personalities to manage. You have to think about all these personalities that you have to keep under one umbrella and manage. And if one person is doing better than the other, they'll be like, yo, how come he's doing this? I've been here longer. Like when I got the Rockefeller murder, you know, I was coming from a bad situation at Sony. So as soon as I got there, I put my foot on the pedal and it was all gas. I remember it was 2 walk-in closets murder. We cleared them shits out. We got some desks. We got the niggas who worked in the Universal building to put phones inside of them walk-in closets and turn them into office because they had cubicles in front of them. And then you had some niggas who was there long enough, I won't say who because I have no problem with them, but they sitting there like, how Cam get an office? Nah, shit was a closet. Y'all niggas been here for 4 years. Y'all ain't see this shit.
Yeah,
you just my office now.
You just saw more opportunities, and that's credit to your visionary eye, you know, and some people don't have that. Some people could walk into a situation and just see what this could be. And when you can see it before everybody, you're actually the person that take the brunt of everything. Pause. And that's just what comes with being a visionary. I remember, you know, meeting a few guys, and I was just like, yo, this guy's gonna be special. People didn't see it. They was like, yo, I don't see that. I said, okay. They was like, he's too old. I said, okay. Then by the time it turned around, the whole city is looking in his direction. And I'm like, man, this is the same nigga that all of y'all said was too old. This is the same person none of you wanted to take the call for. And now it's all of your best friends. It's just weird how hip hop happens like that. So this is a really good conversation.
Who are you talking about?
Huh?
Who are you talking about?
I wouldn't say his name.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Maurice, did you have one more question before I move on?
Well, no, I mean, it'll be belaboring the point, but what I was going to say to Cam's point was that I think a lot of stuff, I don't care if it's artists, I don't care if you're doing business and you have friends, but where I think people mess up, this is just for people in the comment section. Everybody, when they connect with somebody, I think famous or who has like status, I think everybody considers everything below that person's status as a failure. And I think people really mess up with them trying to become the person that's really giving them the opportunity. So if things don't pan out in their life the way it's pan out for them, they look at it as an opportunity. So like when Mase said, all these dudes end up having different opportunities. I think that if dudes actually just shifted their mind and say, okay, if this is all I got out of music, like I've made it a lot further than somebody else. And so maybe they know my cards to be a superstar. Everybody doesn't have the personality, nor do they have the seats for everybody to be a superstar. And I think that's where people build resentment around, like, I don't know, just from bad perspective.
Yeah.
Where you could just say, hey, man, if I've only taken it this far and this is all I had in the cards for me to do music, that's all of what it is. I just make the most out of that. And so I just think that would help somebody if they just view things different rather than thinking that the person who's giving me the opportunity, I have to be as big as them. Pause.
Yeah, I think being able to pivot and being able to turn water to wine, for example, I just think that you have to be a special person to do that, because what really is happening that we're really talking over is really they're just pocket watching. That's all it really is. They're pocket watching. So as long as it looks like you're lending them your legacy, right? If you're letting somebody stand next to you, you're lending them your legacy. When Ken was letting people stand by him, he was lending his legacy to them. If somebody stand next to me, I'm lending them my legacy. And the same for everybody here. So when a person first gets into the business, they're so excited because they do understand that you're lending them your legacy. But then when things don't go right, it's kind of like just so heartbreaking to see people constantly just going against people that this person helped you. This is the same person that put you on. This is the reason we know you. This is the plane you came on, right? And now you're shooting at the same plane that you came on. Is just crazy. It's crazy. Like, to me, even though I've been through many things, even like with the label that I was, given the opportunity on, if he never goes at me and I didn't have to clear my name, I would never go against him. But I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because of just what it is that I believe if somebody turn a light on for you, that's just the person you gotta value that. Even though you can't value what they've done or what they've done to people, you don't have to value any of that. I don't have to stand for any of that, but I can value the opportunity that was given to me. I would have been working at UPS. Who knows? I was before that. I was working at the AMC Theater. I was calling killer. I was fighting at the AMC Theater. That was the first job I had.
Yeah.
And to think that you come that far, right? It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of things I can say, but when I tell my story, I'll have to tell my story. I wouldn't just shoot down at somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't get my millions that way. My money comes through blessings, man. I don't get my money that way.
Hate that. Well, that was a good discussion. And then even to Mace, Maurice, and Ken's point, I do think that you embrace the moment that is given to you. Because even for me, I know I'm not an artist, but y'all discovered me as talent, right? And that's something that, one, I'm going to be forever grateful for. And two, it's one of those things that's I see the opportunity was given to me, and it's I know however you guys decide to view it, I'm one, because my respect is up here for y'all. I'm one, I want to be able to prove things to myself and to y'all. Okay, y'all didn't just give me this opportunity. I'm just going to sit here and just make it be that. I also want to be able to stride and do things in different ways and different lanes. But just because it might not be what other people picture for me, or even necessarily what you guys might expect it to be pictured for me, as long as it's success that makes sense to me, I think that's ultimately what matters. So people are going to view things in different ways. People are going to tell you how you should do things. And I think ultimately that's going to come down to you. But I don't think you should ever be ungrateful, or I hate to see people kind of shit on people who help them get to the points of life that they got to, because it's all part of that process and all part of that journey. So what you decide to do with it, I think that.
Yeah. And another thing I was thinking about was, when you think of when people see you, like brands, I think young artists need to know this, promoters need to know this, beat makers need to know this, singers need to know this. There's a world of sponsors and a world in a community of wealth that's watching you do this to another entity. So when they see you do this to another entity, even though it lasts and you're hot about what you're saying, anybody watching you should be like, is probably like, I would never hire him, or I'll never give him this type of opportunity, because if he'll do this to this person, he'll definitely do it to me. And I don't think people in this generation consider that, and they need to start considering that.
Good points, good advice, and good.
A lot of money
food
they're
for
losing by
thought.
doing that.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody else watching it that may want to give you a few $1 million. But now that they're watching this, they're like, And that's probably why a lot of things go well for me behind the scenes, because people look at that and they're like, man, you did say something, but you waited 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like you let it go on as long as it could go on, and then you had to say something. You had to say something.
Yeah. It was right to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. Should the NBA embrace tanking? We will discuss after the break.